It's super, super early. Mark and I are on our first summer trip right now. We left 2 days ago from Windjammers, and we are currently in Washington Island. We found this really cute marina that we've never been to before. It's called Island Outpost. It's just really beautiful and peaceful. It's right by the ferry dock, but it's just a really nice, clean, people are really nice, just a really good feeling here. So a friend of ours suggested it, and he got us slips and hooked up with them. It's super early. It's like, I think it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we are heading out for our first big trip of the season.
So I put on the radar, and for once I'm not seeing any rain.
Are you serious?
I don't know if you can see this.
Is it broken?
Check out is it broken? Yeah, right, it might be. But if you look, there we are, that little blue dot, and can you see which way the wind is blowing?
Uh-huh.
It's right behind us, blowing us to Beaver Island, which is probably a good thing, especially if you have any waves. Could be following us.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially for our first trip out in Lake Michigan like that. And I mean, heck, even for motor sailing with wind behind us, that should be pretty darn nice, you know.
Maybe if it's really light, we could.
It's already pretty windy.
Oh.
So yeah, I know the spinnaker would be neat to throw, but we'll do that somewhere where it's. You never know, right? We could do it out there, or you could do it somewhere. Like an inland, like an inland bay somewhere, maybe so we don't have like crazy stuff going on.
If we're close.
But yeah, so it's a beautiful morning so far. It's just getting daylight. Kind of see the configuration here if you can. I don't know. It's a little peninsula we're tied on, like a little well. There's a well over there by that's the car ferry. So. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be an adventure, that's for sure.
They say the best time to learn is when the conditions are perfect, and today they are. There's no wind, no waves, and Mark is right here to guide me. My goal for this summer, finally master the art of docking and undocking.
You can go. Make sure your steering wheel's set. Make sure your steering wheel's set. There you go, it's top dead center. There you go.
This time, it's a straight shot forward. Literally, the easiest exit possible. So why are my palms sweating? Why am I so nervous? I know I need to get comfortable now, because later this season, I'm planning something that honestly terrifies me. A full week of single-handing this boat. But hey, we all have to start somewhere, right?
Catch you later.
We left Washington Island before sunrise. Not because we had to, but because we had a 73 nautical mile sail ahead of us. And since we'd never been to Beaver Island before, we wanted plenty of daylight when we arrived at the marina.
Looks like we got a sailboat out there under full sail at 5:10 in the morning coming into Washington Island. I wonder where they came from. I wonder what they were up to. They sailed through the night from somewhere, or that's pretty neat.
It might have been one of the boats coming in for the Chicago Yacht Club's race to Mackinac,
It was happening in a few days. It's a 333-mile race from Chicago to Mackinac Island, and it's one of the largest freshwater sailing races in the world. When you leave this early, the lake feels different. It's quiet and calm. It's the kind of peacefulness you don't get to see very often. As the sun kept rising, we tried to get that perfect shot. You know, the horizon, the light, a sailboat passing through it. The camera never really does it justice. Right around then, it finally sank in. We were actually going. There was no turning back. At our hull speed, it's about a 13-hour sail from Washington Island to Beaver Island. So we settled in for the long ride with one boat ahead of us and one boat behind. It made the crossing feel quieter somehow, less alone. The lake was calm, almost glassy, and we motored for quite a while. Not glamorous, but sometimes that's what the lake gives you.
We were just looking at the time, it's 11 o'clock, and I couldn't believe it's been 6 hours already. The first couple hours were really rolly, but now it's really calm out here. Really nice. Sun is not too hot. If I had to guess, I'd say we're probably pushing about 70 degrees. Yeah, everything's enjoyable. Lori's got her knitting out, or crocheting out.
Just starting a project.
Couldn't ask for anything better though. Well, we could ask for the same weather for the return trip home. But
With some wind, maybe.
we'll wait and see what happens when we get closer to that time period. Yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing on here. And, looks like we'll probably get there about 7:30 tonight. I'm thinking, right? The early stays is planned here. Pretty nice being in the middle of Lake Michigan, be this close to another boat without being like slammed into them with the big wave.
And then this happened. Fresh baked cookies delivered mid-Lake Michigan. This is why we sail with friends. There's a subscribe squatch hidden in every video this summer. First person to find the timestamp and comment squatch gets a shout out in our next episode. Part of our sail plan with the other two boats was to maintain at least a 5-knot pace until we reached the Beaver Island archipelago. So as we got closer, we finally were able to put both sails up, and we tried turning the motor off, but our speed dropped pretty quickly. When we started falling too much behind, we turned the motor back on.
Right alongside a high island, which is the island we have to go around to get to Beaver Island.
Looks like there might be a sandy beach.
What are you looking forward to at Beaver Island? What do you want to do tonight?
I think I'd just like to kind of get acclimated to the marina because it's going to be kind of late, get the bikes off, and have a good dinner. What are you?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I want to get a good dinner somewhere.
Yeah.
Something like steak or something, a specialty that they have at the restaurant on the island, you know?
Yeah, there's a restaurant people suggest all the time. We'll have to try to remember what that is. We just turned the engine off and it sounds so good after how many hours of motoring today?
It's 4 o'clock now. We're going on 11 hours.
Yeah. I think we have about 3 more hours to go and then the adventure begins.
can just barely make out the island now.
It's so weird when you see bottom. We're at 13 feet, 12 feet of water now. I hope the chart is right because as shallow as it's supposed to get is 12 feet.
The water changed. The blues were so unreal, so different from Green Bay. We were in about 12 feet of water and it was so clear we could see the bottom. It felt like a reward for the early morning and the long miles.
It is so hazy.
I know, it wasn't for the fires. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
So nice. So it's 5:30 right now. We've officially been on the water now for 12 and a half hours. We're at Beaver Island, and we're on the north side of Beaver Island. And it looks like, well, we got to go all around the tip and then back down a little bit yet. So I would assume we're going to have probably a good another, at least an hour, if not an hour and a half yet on the water before we get to the marina yet. So if that's the case, hour and a half will be there at 7. So between 7 and 7:30 probably will be in the marina tied up. We got a great wind right now. It's like a south wind coming up between the islands. We did wing on wing all between High Island and Beaver Island. And then we took the pole down and we jibed everything over to the port side, and now we got a beam reach, broad reach, and we're cruising at 6 knots. And the water is basically flat right now. This is awesome. The sunny skies. Too bad we don't have we got all the smoke in the air, the haze in the air from the fires, but other than that, it's a beautiful day out here.
The haze from the Canadian wildfires was still there, and as land came into view, it became more obvious. Soft edges, muted colors, Beaver Island slowly appearing. After hours on the water, we finally tied up in the marina. We were exhausted. This was the longest sail we've ever done, and it felt so good to finally be here. Tomorrow we'd stay and explore, but more about that another time.